Welcome to our studio home. This is what we call the living room, and it's been home for 13 years, and we're ready to do something different with it. So I know just the people to talk to.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt, Senior Client Success Manager at White House Custom Color, and we are sitting here with our awesome friend Andrew Vick. So thanks for having us today, Andrew. We're very, very honored to be here. So we are actually at home today, at Andrew's home, but we are at home in Minnesota. We're in St. Louis Park at your awesome space right on Excelsior Boulevard. Great location, adjacent to Edina, very close to downtown, all the things. So before we get into big discussion today, can you tell us a little bit of the history about you, about maybe the space, about the studio business, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Pleasure to have you guys. I know this is a new relationship for us. We've been printing things through you guys for years, and it's been an amazing partnership. And then to get to enter this journey together, it's a little nerve-wracking. It's a little exciting. It makes me a little sweaty. It's all good.
Just a little exciting?
Just a little bit, yeah. We have big dreams, man, right?
We do, absolutely.
We have big dreams.
Yeah.
And so it's been rare to find somebody come alongside of you in the industry and really champion you and your family. And this is a family-run business. And my wife and kids, we live about 5 blocks from here, so this is right in our neighborhood. And as far as how this space came to be, it was a wedding that I got to photograph, and the father of the bride approached me and said, I've always wanted to have a gallery next door to me. And he could have been talking about Annie's space in the Twin Cities or even Brainerd area for that matter. and as we're describing it, he's talking about the empty windows that I go to and from the freeway and pass every day. And I said, Lenny, let's talk. Yeah. And it took some months and some negotiating and some figuring things out, and he's just been the best. And so he's my landlord next door. He lets me have this beautiful space here, let me custom design it the way we did about 13 years ago. And we've been welcoming people in ever since. I will say we took a bit of a break with COVID, and this is kind of that reopening and wanting some new dreams and seeing things differently, and you've been helpful in that, and I really appreciate that.
In our first conversation a few months back, I think it was in August of this year, we did a Zoom call, and how that—
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, how that call originated was through some of the redesigns I believe that you had seen on YouTube, through reaching out through customer service and setting up a design appointment. And we had our discussion. We talked a lot about everything on that design call, and it had design built into it, but it ended up being more like a fact-finding about the business and stuff. And I think it's really important to note at this stage of the game, and our series that we're going to be doing with you in your redesign, is that you already have tremendous success. You're Minnesota Bridal Photographer of the Year, you're Edina Family Photographer of the Year currently, and you have built this wonderful business, and that at some point in the transition to where you want to go becomes difficult because you already have this train that's rolling. And how does a new thought process, sales, products, all those things fit into that, without being completely overwhelming, and on that first call, we were talking about, numbers and sessions and quantities and everything. And I can remember you putting your head in your hands, you're like, you guys do a lot of work. And a lot of that work is done for where you already need to, or where you could be going and building these sales from. So I know that you're a very thoughtful person. You're a funny person. You're energetic. You're the life of the business. So when we talk about numbers and quantities and thinking about that transition, how does that really make you feel? How do you internalize that and adjust your thought process to build on that?
We've always been about community and community building, and that's been very important to us. Welcoming people in, we call this space, this was our collective from the beginning, and we've called this the studio the living room. For that reason, everyone's welcome at the table, and everyone's ideas are meant to be seen and heard. And through that, really, you've brought awareness of some of the extra services that we could be providing for our clients that would love to see this work as it's meant to be shot. Big on their walls, framed to perfection. And when you started talking about where this could go and what you see realistically for the business, you left out that there were tears in my eyes while I put my hands in my head. And but it was a real moment of saying someone's finally willing to partner with me in this. And when you feel like you're a leader in the industry, which that's here nor there, but we've gotten the accolades. Super humbled by it, but in that process, it's really hard to find spaces of vulnerability and places that you feel like you can learn. I want to be a lifelong learner. I want to be able to do that. My team has brought some great ideas to the table within them. This might be one of our best ideas that they've been able to bring our way and say, let's trust the process. And it's going to be eye-opening, it's going to be vulnerable, but it'll be really special when we're through.
Absolutely, and I love that you and your family are so vested into the community. You know, and you can tell even, the team that's here with us today, I mean, you can't see right now, but there's a bunch of people in the room.
There's a lot
of people here. To have met you, a couple weeks ago when you came to White House and did the tour. And have lunch, and to really see that you truly care. Business is not just business to you. You are very interested in providing the very best experience for your clients. And yes, everybody has to make money. Everybody has to do the thing, but I don't feel that that's the top thing for you. You're at lunch that day. We were talking about growth and sales and products and all that kind of stuff. And you, at one point, looked at me and you're like, does this mean that I could take a weekend off and spend with my family?
Don't get me going, man.
Yep.
Don't get me going.
But that, that's number one important. And I really, truly feel that, like you've called this a partnership, and it truly is. Like we care about your success. We want you a year from now to, tell us like, I was able to do what I wanted to do because of these changes I've made, and there's going to be some pain points along the way. There's going to be some scary decisions. It's just natural. But at the end of the game, if we want to call it a game, it's not really a game, but we'll use that word. If you're better for it, the family's better for it, business is better for it, your schedule is better for it, then this is a win-win-win, all the way around, and we're honored to take this journey with you and help in any way that we can, the three images that are behind me here, the three products that we brought along with us today.
Pause a second. I just want to touch on what you said. Accolades are beautiful. This partnership's wonderful, but I feel like we're given those accolades because at the end of the day, what we say is we just are paid to care the most. And I feel like if that's our mantra, at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, you can't fault people who give their very best and try the most and care the most about those moments as they're happening, or the family in those moments, because we care the most on that day. Years down the road, they will care 10 times more than we ever did on that. And so that care factor is a big reason why we're here today for that. Yeah. And we do have some highlights back here.
Yes, for sure. So the three products that are sitting off of my shoulder back here, before you came to the lab, you sent us a folder of images to choose from. And we chose these three to just kind of showcase and show you like what's possible. And when you guys got there, we had them laying in the video room, and you came and you saw them and you were like, oh my gosh, and you gave me a hug. You're like, can I give you a hug? And for somebody that is so vested into photography and has been successful for so long, to see your reaction to that is awesome for us too. Because we do truly care and you truly care. So to take that and make it a good collaboration, there's nowhere to go but up, from here.
Reach.
So with Vick Studios, can you just kind of break down the blanket that covers like everything that you do here, just so everybody that's watching along today can kind of understand the magnitude of your business?
For sure. Yeah. I'm Andrew Vick, so my last name, Vick, does it, yeah, wow, right? Some people call it and thinks it's Vick's Photography with apostrophe S, and sometimes you don't have the heart to correct them with it, but no. Vick Studios is our umbrella brand. My wife and I are kind of in this wedding side of the brand together. She is the head of pop-up weddings and events, which is a micro-wedding concept for Minneapolis and up the North Shore.
Which is a very cool concept.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's the new best way to get married, and I've been her big advocate in it. She's we at one point had to align our lives so that like rhythms could fit. Otherwise, I'm doing the nights and weekends, and she was doing corporate, and it just seemed to be a good fit for us. Within Vick Studios, that is our corporate umbrella and our family umbrella, and so we handle all of the headshots and branding refreshes and innovations that we get to help businesses create and come up with a new fresh product for the new year. It'll handle everything from seniors, maternity photos as well. And so we have that umbrella under a separate website called Vick Studios. The parent brand, which is Vick Photography, and that's our award-winning wedding brand, that has been our anchor for years in it. But as I've had kids and clients have had babies and they've wanted to do that, we said we have plenty to help and we'd love to be a part of this within it. It's made me really excited to be a part of it, especially having a 6 and 10-year-old at home myself. It makes logical sense to still help cater to those clientele going forward. I feel like the two interact really well, but at the end of the day, bride getting married doesn't want to see babies and bellies on the website, and someone in the maternity phase of life or family phase of life doesn't really want to see a person in a wedding dress or a wedding day, and so that's why we've had them siloed, and it's worked out well.
Awesome. So give us an idea of like quantity of sessions, like just a random, not a random, a added up number of like your corporate family weddings, like how many hundreds of sessions are you doing in a year?
Oh, Matt, the numbers.
See where I'm
Okay,
going
here we
with
go. I
this?
see where you're going with it. You said you were good. Okay, let's talk numbers. I'm
Let's talk
excited
numbers.
because we're at the end of the season right now, so my head's a little bit foggy. By the time we're done with this year, it's been a really beautiful, big year for us of rebuilding, and I'll be behind the camera with over 50 weddings for this upcoming, from this past year for it going forward, which, it's generous. We always try to lead with gratitude and we have opportunities. So it's been a beautiful thing. In COVID, I was able to grow the team and bring on some of the top photographers that I've always appreciated in my workspace. And they don't have the time with little ones at home to edit. And we've been able to take that on under our umbrella within Vick Photography. For the family side of what we get to do, we have our full session family sessions. We also do our minis, and then we have client appreciation, which are like micro sessions for businesses who want to buy us out for a few hours, set up shop in a park or their location, and have clients come through on a 10-minute basis and get to do that. We've been involved in over 200 families' lives in this past season. And on top of that, a couple dozen rebranding, refreshing of other businesses' websites, and probably about 400 to 500 headshots that we've taken on at different events that we've had this year. So we're busy.
You're busy. I would say.
It's been a year.
When do you find time to sleep?
I have the best team, man. They help me get my life back. They care more than I do about many of these things, and they really are what makes us really special for it. And I can't thank them enough. So I get to be part of the things that I'm best at. They get to step into the things that they're best at, and that's why I'm able to be here today, because we have production going on even behind the scenes right over here right now. So.
And we will eventually talk to Billy on camera.
Oh yeah,
and
she's great.
She is great. Yeah, she's sitting right behind you.
Yeah,
so
she
you better
said she's
say
camera
she's
ready too.
Yeah.
So we're really excited. She's amazing.
Yeah, she is amazing. We're gonna say that again, Billy, just so you can hear
So
us loudly.
talented.
But she's really.
She cares more than I do. That's great. That's something she does.
So
it's true.
I just think that you two, you have very different skill sets, and we've been fairly clear on communication. Like we got to get both you guys row in the same direction, and the same goal in mind. So
it's like their studio therapy stuff we talked about.
Right. Yes, I do some of that.
Yeah, I know you do.
Believe it or not. But the partnership and the teamwork on that is going to be very important. She's driving the bus, and really helping out with, product thoughts and sales and scheduling and the big picture of how you take, these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sessions and transition them. Where does the time come from? Where are holes, in our staff? Who could step in to help in certain circumstances? And that's all stuff, and especially for people who are following along here, this is different. As far as a redesign and conversation than what we've had in the past because of your volume. You're a high volume, but you also want to build on that boutique feel and really serve your clients and be the community person that you are. So to take, that desire of, in your heart, you want it to be that, and produce that for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sessions, that's a challenge. And that, I call that
You said you like challenges.
I did. I do, I should say. But
Until we met.
yeah, in one of our conversations, I said, that's going to be your hurdle. And I was like, no, I'm going to back that up a little bit. That's going to be your high jump, is to figure out how to take the experience that you want to give and be able to do it on a repetitive quantity level, and not short that experience at all. So,
can I piggyback off of that for a second? This is, sorry.
You can. No, I was just thinking of a smart mouth thing to say.
No, you were,
back to
but
you.
it paused. You froze. It's great.
I did freeze. Okay, yes. You go ahead.
We had a story from a bride this past year, and she goes, Andrew, I loved my day. I loved it so much. And I was following along on the blog, and I couldn't wait for my wedding to be posted. And then I said, I don't want to follow it anymore, because I just want to feel like my day was as special as you made my day feel. I don't want to know that you had another wedding that next weekend or something else. Like, I just wanted it to be, because that's how I felt. You made it feel like the world stopped and this was all you were about in the world, and I really appreciated that. And so I was like, thank you. I think that's a very kind compliment. But we work really hard to try to insulate and curate a really unique and special experience, and access, honestly, to our lives, our creativity, and wanting to create custom around people's vision. And some people just come to us and go, we just trust what you've done. We want to see more of that, and I dare you.
Wow. And for anybody that's watching this, if you rewind about 30 seconds or 45 seconds, re-listen to that you just said. I mean, that is your mission statement right there. And your insulate and curate. That's awesome.
I came up with that on the fly.
That's amazing. You're sharp today.
Thanks.
So when we got here today, to bring this full circle, I'm really excited, and we're excited. White House is excited, the team.
All 20 of these people?
Yeah, and the hundreds back at the lab, of seeing, your success and seeing you succeed in the ways that are most important to you. And to have a conversation 6 months, 12 months, 18 months from now, and to look back, and you've said this before, I hope that we look back and we're like, wow.
I want to laugh.
Yeah, of where things are at now compared to where you're at.
Yeah.
12 to 18 months. And you're a visionary. You're an artist. You're a business owner. I believe in my heart that you can look forward and you can see that. And to have that goal, now how do we just fill in the blanks? Because we're already going to do it. We already know it. The numbers are going to be there. Business is going to be there. Family life is going to be there. Now it's just, we need to fill in that time, and with the plan. So we want to thank you for inviting us into your house today, after you came to visit us at our house, and sharing your life, your personality, your business with us, and everybody who is going to be watching the video series. We're going to be doing redesign. We're going to be talking about products. We're going to be designing wall groupings. We're going to be talking business, numbers, maybe new studio.
Oh, no, that's happening, Matt.
Yep.
So where this is going for all the, the cat's going to get out of the bag. Here's where we're moving towards. This injunction, and this is serendipitous in a beautiful way. And again, like I mentioned, there's probably other photographers watching this, and to the doubters and the people who didn't believe, like, your work matters, like, there's more you can do to give people things that stand the test of time. And I realize, like, the art we're making is the hand-me-down pieces. I really do believe an album that we print is the most withstanding piece of art that a family will ever own. And you get to hand that down to the next generation, pair with a parent album, and do this. And so, like, I have the conviction, and for me, it needed to find that inner conviction. And now I believe in print. I've seen the images of what it can look like on paper, and it beats our high-def screens that we're staring at. Finally, thank you. And so I believe in it, and we're even going to do our own house and put up brand new images and art. So we've been extra motivated. We just built our first album from our wedding 14 years ago.
Wow.
I know.
No reason to jump into that.
No, I've been hearing about it. I'm like, I need to walk the walk. I need to be a believer in all this stuff. And so as we're going forward in it, to bring back a dream that we had put on pause, and to be able to bring a studio, a state-of-the-art studio for that matter, that I get to custom design from scratch on a piece of property that just sits adjacent to our house, and give clients a start to finish experience like I've never imagined. You're gonna help me figure out how this stuff lives, how it flows, where it moves, how much storage we're gonna need, and to create it really, bring it next level and elevate our game. So thank you. I see this as a part of our family, Matt.
Awesome. Well, I will gladly accept being part of your family.
Okay,
So.
that's blood.
Right there. And we want to thank you for joining us on this journey. We're really excited to see how this all unfolds and the next steps and all the progress that Andrew and his family and studio business are going to make here in the next 12 to 18 months.
It's gonna be hard, but we got it.
Yep, it's going to be work, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. You can yell at me anytime.
Yep.
Tell me what I need to do. You can yell. Get bossy with me. That's what we got it.
That's my personality. I'm
No,
super bossy.
You are great. That's perfect. No, we got this. We got this. We got some big dreams. Let's make it happen.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for joining us, and we will talk with you shortly.
I mean, is that a wrap? Matt, is that a wrap? Matt, is that a wrap?
What are we wrapping?
I don't know. I feel like that's a wrap.
Presents?
No, this. I need to kick you out of the studio. I got some jobs to do. We got to go to work.